Nobody who was inside Dodger Stadium last night will ever forget what they witnessed. What began as a tense, emotionally charged extra-inning battle between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Kansas City Royals suddenly exploded into one of the most shocking and disturbing scenes in recent Major League Baseball history. In the 10th inning, with the entire stadium on its feet, an all-out brawl erupted on the field, and at the center of it all was Shohei Ohtani, the greatest player in the world, who was assaulted in a manner that left players, coaches, fans, and the entire baseball community absolutely speechless. The images from last night spread across social media within minutes. The video clips went viral almost instantly. And by this morning, the names Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez were trending everywhere, not for their baseball performances, but for what they did to Shohei Ohtani in the 10th inning of a game that will be remembered for all the wrong reasons. What exactly happened on that field? What triggered the brawl? How did Ohtani respond? And what consequences are now being demanded by the Dodgers, their players, and the broader baseball world? The full story is even more shocking than the headlines suggest. To understand what happened in the 10th inning, it is important to understand the atmosphere that had been building throughout the entire game. From the very first pitch, there was an unmistakable tension between the Dodgers and the Royals. Multiple controversial calls, aggressive base running, and several heated exchanges between players on both sides had already pushed emotions to a dangerous level long before the 10th inning arrived. Sources inside the Dodgers clubhouse revealed that players on both teams had been exchanging words throughout the game. The intensity was unlike anything the Dodgers had experienced in a regular season matchup this year. Several Dodgers veterans later admitted that they could feel something was coming, that the tension had been building to a breaking point with every passing inning. By the time the game reached the 10th inning, the score was tied and every single person inside Dodger Stadium was standing. The crowd was electric. The players were fired up. And then, in one horrifying moment, everything changed. According to multiple eyewitnesses and reporters present at the game, the incident began when Shohei Ohtani reached first base following a leadoff single in the bottom of the 10th inning. What happened next unfolded so rapidly that many in the stadium initially did not fully understand what they were seeing. Bobby Witt Jr., the Royals' star shortstop, exchanged sharp words with Ohtani near first base. Witnesses say the exchange was brief but clearly hostile. Ohtani, known for his composure and professionalism, appeared to respond calmly. But Witt Jr. was visibly agitated and continued pressing the confrontation in a manner that immediately drew the attention of both benches. Then came the moment that stunned everyone. As tensions reached their peak near first base, the situation suddenly and violently escalated. Salvador Perez, the veteran Royals catcher, moved aggressively toward Ohtani from behind, a move that reporters and fans at the scene described as completely unprovoked and blindsiding. What followed was a physical confrontation that sent both benches clearing in a matter of seconds. The entire stadium erupted. Players from both teams came pouring onto the field. Coaches rushed from the dugouts. Security personnel scrambled to intervene. And in the middle of it all was Shohei Ohtani, surrounded by chaos, targeted by two Royals players simultaneously, in a scene that nobody inside Dodger Stadium could believe was actually happening. Freddie Freeman, who was one of the first Dodgers players to reach the scene, later told reporters that the moment he saw what was happening to Ohtani, he did not think twice. He ran onto the field immediately. Freeman said his only thought in that moment was getting to his teammate and making sure Ohtani was protected. He said that what he witnessed near first base was completely unacceptable and that there is no place in baseball for that kind of behavior. Freeman added that the entire Dodgers team was united in their response. Every single player came off that bench. Every coach moved onto the field. Because when someone targets your teammate, especially in the way that Ohtani was targeted last night, you do not stay in the dugout. You stand with your brother. Mookie Betts, speaking to reporters after the game with visible emotion, revealed just how chaotic and frightening those moments were for everyone on the Dodgers side. Betts said that when he saw Perez coming at Ohtani from behind, his stomach dropped. He said that Ohtani never had a chance to see it coming and that the whole thing happened so fast that it took a moment for everyone to process what they were actually seeing. Witt said that the level of anger inside the Dodgers clubhouse after the incident was something he had rarely experienced in his entire career. He said the players were not just upset, they were furious. Genuinely furious. Because Ohtani is not just their teammate. He is their leader. Their inspiration. And watching him get targeted like that was something nobody on that team will forget anytime soon. Umpires immediately moved to restore order, but the brawl took several long and tense minutes to fully bring under control. Multiple ejections were issued on both sides. Bobby Witt Jr. was ejected. Salvador Perez was ejected. Several other players from both teams received ejections as emotions continued to boil over even after the main confrontation had been separated. When order was finally restored, the damage had already been done, not just to the players involved, but to the reputation of the game itself. Reporters who have covered Major League Baseball for decades stated that scenes like the one that unfolded in the 10th inning last night are extraordinarily rare and deeply troubling for the sport. Manager Dave Roberts, addressing reporters in his post-game press conference, could barely contain the emotion in his voice. Roberts said that what happened to Ohtani tonight was completely unacceptable. He said that Ohtani is one of the most respected and professional players in the history of this game and that targeting him in that manner, physically, aggressively, and from behind, was something that the entire baseball world should condemn without hesitation. Roberts said that the Dodgers organization would be filing a formal complaint with Major League Baseball and demanding a thorough investigation into the incident. He made clear that the organization expects serious consequences for those responsible and that anything less would send the wrong message to every player in the league. The reaction from across the baseball world was swift and overwhelming. Within hours of the incident, former players, current stars, managers, and analysts were flooding social media and television broadcasts with their responses. The overwhelming consensus was one of shock, condemnation, and deep concern. Multiple Hall of Fame players spoke out publicly, calling the actions of Witt Jr. and Perez disgraceful and demanding immediate and severe suspensions from Major League Baseball. Several prominent voices in the sport called on the league to act quickly and decisively, not just to punish those involved, but to send a clear message that this type of behavior will never be tolerated. Even members of the Royals organization appeared shaken by the fallout. Several Royals players, speaking to reporters after the game, distanced themselves from what had happened and acknowledged that the situation had gone far beyond anything that could be justified by competitive intensity or in-game emotion. One Royals veteran, speaking on condition of anonymity, said that what happened tonight was wrong, plain and simple. Royals manager Matt Quatraro faced a barrage of difficult questions from reporters and struggled visibly to defend his players' actions. He acknowledged that the situation had escalated far beyond what anyone wanted and expressed regret about how the evening had unfolded. But his words did little to calm the anger that was spreading rapidly throughout the baseball community. Inside the Dodgers clubhouse after the game, the atmosphere was unlike anything the players had experienced all season. There was anger. There was emotion. But there was also something else, a powerful sense of unity and brotherhood that had been forged in the fire of what they had all just witnessed together. Freeman stood up in the clubhouse and addressed his teammates. According to players who were present, Freeman's message was simple and direct. He said that what happened tonight reminded every single person in that room why they fight for each other every day. He said that Ohtani is their guy, and that nobody, from any team, in any situation, would ever be allowed to target him without facing the full force of this entire Dodgers organization. The room responded with a loud and unified reaction that several players described afterward as one of the most powerful team moments of the entire season. As for Ohtani himself, the Japanese superstar was evaluated by the Dodgers medical staff immediately after the incident. The team confirmed that Ohtani had been examined and that they would provide a full update on his condition in the coming days. Manager Roberts declined to go into specific details about Ohtani's physical state but made clear that the organization's top priority was ensuring that their star player was healthy and supported in every possible way. Ohtani, speaking briefly through his interpreter, thanked his teammates for having his back. He said that moments like this remind you of the importance of the people around you, and that he was grateful to be surrounded by teammates who stood up for him without hesitation. But anyone who looked into Ohtani's eyes as he delivered those words could see something burning beneath the surface. Something focused. Something determined. Something that made very clear, Shohei Ohtani was not finished responding to what had happened to him tonight. The baseball world will be watching very closely. Thank you for watching. What do you think about the shocking brawl at Dodger Stadium and the actions of Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting and up-to-date baseball news.